Hi guys, welcome back to the new edition of this particular YouTube channel, Analyze with Ade Ayo. Alright, so in this particular video, we will look into the match day 8 games and we are going for straight winning predictions. Alright, so most in the last video, we dropped a particular video on 900 odds both team to score, and I mentioned it that in case if you guys want the documented model for this particular both team to score, you can actually get it from our private circle groups. Alright, so in today's particular video, we are going for straight winning with just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday games. Actually, we don't really have enough games for Friday, just 4 games, and we have large numbers of games for Saturday and few large numbers of games for Sunday. So in case if you are not using this particular bet platform, kindly make sure that you select these particular games manually and follow these particular games with care. Alright, so in case you want to engage this particular predictions, make sure you have engaged it with care. Please kindly make sure that you bet responsibly. Alright, so let us look for games that we have for today, and most of this particular game are expected to end up as straight winning, and you can actually make use of the option of either 1 up or 2 up depending on your own choice. Alright, so for the first game that I have on my list happens to be under the China Super League. So we have just one game here to be predicted as straight winning. So let's see. Alright, so the match that we want to predict happens to be this game that you guys are seeing on the screen, and we are expecting the home team to actually win the game at total of 1.13. And our next game is under the Cyprus League. Let's see. Alright, so we are going for the home team, which happens to be Paphos FC at total of 1.32 to win this particular game. Alright, so next game is under the Sweden League, but this happens to be their small league. Let's see, Etanora, which means I think Etan Not, something like that. Etan Sodra, sorry. So we have just 2 fixtures there, but we are going for just one game to end up as straight winning. So match between Skövde and Troll Atan, something like that. We are expecting the away team to win at out of 1.83, or this happens to be the game that has the highest odd in our in the list of our predictions for straight winning. And the last game is under the Poland League, that is 2 League, and we have this particular match. As you guys can see it, we have the odd at 1.23 odd, and with just 4 games for Friday, we have just 3.36 odd. So just 4 games, 3.36 odd. Now we are moving on to Saturday without wasting much time. Alright, so for Saturday, my first game is under the German League, and let's see what we have there. Okay, so the game that I'll be predicting under this particular league happens to be the match between Leipzig and Hamburg, and the odd that the bookies are allocating for Leipzig to win happens to be 1.45 odd. So the next game is under the Bolivia Major League, and the match that we want to predict there happens to be the match between the strongest and independent Petrolero, something like that. The odd that the bookies are allocating for the strongest to win this particular game is 1.34 odd. And moving on to the next league, we have Estonia League. Under the Estonia League, we have just 2 games for Saturday, and these 2 games are expected to end up as straight winning. So we have the match between Paid and Tattoo. The home team is expected to win the game at odd of 1.24 odd, and the second fixture happens to be Levadia to win the game at odd of 1.17 odd. Alright, so our next game that we are going to look into is under the Norway Elite League, that is a major league, and we have a particular match to predict there as a straight winning, and that is the match between Sarpsborg against Bodo Glimt. This happens to be one of the games that we want to predict under the Norway League. and we have the odd at 1.53 odd. So we have up to like over 30 games in this particular predictions, up to like 31. So we are going for United Arab Emirates again, and we have just one game here to predict our straight winning, and this happens to be Al Ain FC at third of 1.25 odd. Now let's scroll up and let's see what we have under the um, Turkish League, and we have a particular game there to predict. That is Besiktas, and we are expecting Besiktas to win this particular game at third of 1.30 odd. So I will be predicting my next game under the Spain League, but I want to advise you guys regarding to these particular predictions. In case if you are seeing some games that maybe you are not like, maybe our predictions maybe they are not aligning with your own opinion, you can actually edit it out. But make sure that this particular slip you are not adding anything to it. Alright, so under the Spain League we are going for Barcelona against Girona, and Barcelona is actually expected to win this particular game at odd of 1.20 odd. So my next prediction is under the Netherlands second league, their second league. I have a particular match there to be predicted as straight winning. So let's see. So Graafschap against TOPOSS. This particular game is expected to end up as home team to win. Graafschap is expected to win at third of 1.39 odd. So back to Norway League, I'm expecting SK Brand to win this particular game at third of 1.3 odd. So we have 14 games so far, and we still have more to go for Saturday games that are actually expected to end up as straight winning. So we have another under the Bulgaria League, and that is Ludogorets. So the home team is expected to win this particular game at odd of 1.10 odd. Alright, now so back to Estonia League, we have additional game to predict because we've predicted two games earlier under this particular league, and we have the last one that we are actually expecting the home team to win, and that is Flora Tallinn. So this particular team they are expected to win this particular game at odd of 1.09 odd. Alright, now so the next one I'll be going to Czech League, and we have a particular match there, and that is Slavia Prague, something like that, against FC Zlin. The home team is actually expected to win the game at odd of 1.18 odd. So please make sure that you don't mind the odd, and if you are not okay with some predictions there, kindly remove it and bet responsibly. So the next game is under the Switzerland Super League, and we have the match between Basel against Winterthur. So this particular game, the home team is actually expected to win the game at odd of 1.28 odd. So my next prediction is under the Uruguay Premier League, and we have the Club Nacional of Football to win the home team at odd of 1.27 odd. Actually, the prediction may be much and cumbersome like that, but you can actually select out of it. So our next game is under the Saudi Pro League, and we are expecting Al Nasser Club to win this particular game at odd of 1.22 or so. Moving forward to the next league, which happens to be under the Netherlands League. So we are expecting a particular match. That is the match between PSV against Go Ahead Eagles. So PSV is expected to win this particular game at odd of 1.28 odd. Alright, now so for Saturday and Friday alone, we are able to generate 20 games expected to end up as straight winning. 21 games expected to end up as straight winning. So the odd that we are able to accumulate from this particular 21 games happens to be 159.29 odd. So from here we are going to proceed to the games that we have on Saturday, and we are going to see the total games because I think the games is up to like 31 on the list. Now moving on to Sunday games. So we have 3 games long bet for straight winning. So in addition with Sunday games, the first league that I will look into happens to be under the China League, and I have a particular game there that is actually expected to end up as straight winning. But I don't think it is the Chinese Super League. I think it is their second league, China One League, something like that. Alright, so China League One. Alright, so we have this particular game, Shanxi Union FC, something like that. We are expecting that particular team to win this particular game with over 1.5 goals out of 1.31 odd. So the team is actually expected to win and do over 1.5 goals. That is home team to win and over 1.5 goals. But let us go for straight winning home team alone. Alright, so the next league is under the Mexico League. So we have just one game there to be predicted as straight winning, and that is the match between Toluca and Querétaro FC. So we have the odd at 1.21 odd for this particular game. So I'll be predicting my next game under the Scotland League. I think we have just one game there. Let's see. Scotland Premiership. Alright, so we have the match between FC Dundee against Celtic, and Celtic is expected to win this particular game at of 1.24 odd. Alright, so I have another game under the Latvia League, and Riga FC is expected to win, but I will not actually include this particular game because the odd is extremely too small for the risk that we want to take. 1.06 odd is too small for predicting straight winning. The match can actually end up in a straight draw. Alright, so I have another game under the Estonia League, and this happens to be the match under their Premier League. We are expecting the away team to win at odd of 1.40 odd. So we have 25 games so far, 438 odds. So I'll be looking into Czech League, and I'll be playing Sparta Prague under the Czech League to win this particular game at odd of 1.36 odd. And we still have like 5 games to go. Alright, under the Netherlands League, we have Feyenoord to also win their game. Heracles Amelo against Feyenoord. So Feyenoord to win this particular game at odd of 1.38 odd. So under the Denmark League, we have Midtjylland to also win their game at odd of 1.37 odd. So we have just 3 more games to go. Okay, now so I have just 2 games under the Cyprus First Division League, and that is the match between Apoel Nicosia and for the match between Aris Limassol and AEL Limassol. Alright, so these particular 2 games are actually expected to end up as home team to win their game. And our last prediction on this particular video happens to be under the Turkish League, and that is Turkey Super League, and we are expecting Fenerbahce to win this particular game at odd of 1.20 odd. So in total, we are able to get 31 games, accumulating 2,233 odd for us. So in case if you are not using this particular bet platform, please kindly make sure that you select your games manually. And in case if you want to join any of our group, you can access the group links in the video description and also in the comment section. And maybe probably if you see a particular game that you don't really like, or maybe you feel like okay, it is not accurate enough, you can actually remove it from it. So we have 2,233 odds already, and probably maybe if you want to make use of the 2 up or 1 up option, you can actually select it. And I want you guys to make sure that you bet responsibly, because if you guys are seeing me, there are games that I stake high on and there are games that I stake low on. These particular games that we just predicted, you are only meant to edit, select the most accurate out of it. It's not a must you play everything as straight winning just like that. As you are seeing 2,000 odds, you stake on that 2,000 odds and you stake big on it. The things doesn't work like that. Make sure you edit and bet responsibly. And in case you want to join our private circle groups for more daily discipline tips, we have a particular bankroll management plan that we do apply here. You can access the group link in the comment section and also in the video description. See you guys in the next video. Bye bye.